Rachel Rose here, talking all things boxing, and we've just watched Vuong versus Arce. I really like Cameron Vuong. I've really liked him since I saw him first fight. It was like not even on a fight night. Do you remember? I think it was the AJ undercard, but it wasn't even the undercard. It was like the day before. Anyway, and I thought he was super, super special. He was giving like at the time he was giving me like a combination of like Conor Benn explosivity with Ben Whittaker flair, and it was just like a really cool combo with a bit of like whatever he is on his own. And the Gavin Gwynn fight, I felt like it was, as we all saw, was his biggest challenge to date. And I feel like he's obviously changed teams. He left Jamie Moore and Nigel Travis, and he's moved down to Essex to work with Ben Davis, and he's been working with them for 5 months. And he seems like not only a completely different fighter, but a completely different young man. I felt like that was a very mature performance. It was a lot more controlled. It was very considered. He didn't lose focus once. I think getting close to a loss with Gavin Gwynn obviously shook him, as those moments do. They are the learning moments. They are the growth moments. Because Gavin's claiming that it was his win and whatever, and so there was obviously part of Cameron was like, if I'm not winning it convincingly, I want to understand why. And he came into this fight tonight against Arce. And look, obviously the dance partner is really important, and Arce, I didn't feel was a very interesting dance partner. I feel like although he might be very seasoned, he didn't give a lot for Cameron to work with. It was a very sort of just Cameron only sort of exchanges, it felt. But he was very, even with that, he could have just like let his hands go and whatever. And I maybe would have liked to see him let his hands go a little bit more, just to kind of see a little bit more of that Cameron Vuong essence that we all sort of fell in love with. But I can understand what he was doing. He was laser focused. Maybe he wanted to go the full 8 just to really get those rounds under his belt. He's obviously taking guidance from Ben Davison, who's telling him what to do. So I think, he wasn't willing to come in tonight and take risks. He wanted to come in tonight and just like really execute whatever game plan they had going. He did say afterwards that he wasn't very happy with his performance, but also he was very, very humble at the end. Gavin Gwynn was sort of coming in and saying that he wants to fight. And Cam was like, I'm young, I'm a baby, I'm figuring this out. And, but it says a lot that I get to fight you. I've already fought you once and people want me to see it again. Da, 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 da. I don't know. I just feel like whatever changes he's gone through, he's really elevated into a much more mature individual. And I think that's coming out in his fighting, and it will come out in his attitude, and it's going to come out in his game. And I'm excited. It feels like Cameron Vuong 2.0. I would like to see now that he's kind of leveling up, to get some more of that like flair back in as well, because that was always really fun. But yeah, on to the next.